What's going on, YouTube? So I had a question that was brought to my attention. The person was really just asking about credits and degree plans and how did that work out for me. Now this is going to be to my understanding and my situation. I know some other schools might not follow the same guidelines and same things that's going on because they may be more experienced when dealing with STA-21 applicants and people coming in. But as far as my university, I was the first one to apply to that university on a STA-21 plan. So my situation is a little bit different. If you have anything to add to what I'm saying, put it in the comment section below. This channel is about growth. It's not about who knows the most. It's not like a tug-of-war competition. We're all trying to get to the next level together. Again, I appreciate you guys checking out the video. So let's start talking about degree plans. Now, for those who didn't know my story, a little background. So before I even got accepted into STA-21, I was already applying to the schools that I wanted to get into. Like, I already had that in my mind that, man, no, I'm going to already be accepted and I'm going to have all of my ducks in a row. So like when I do get my acceptance letter, I could just go to school. So for me, I was already applying for schools in January and I didn't even submit my package yet. So by the time I had my package submitted, that's when I started to receive acceptance letters to my university. So that ended up working out for me, right? So the way I did it was I got my acceptance letter like in mid-year or something like that. And then I deferred to the spring semester. So that acceptance letter you get in like the summertime or like May, June time frame, you know what I'm talking about? You get that acceptance letter for your university. And then you don't check into your university. They're not expecting you until the fall. That's what that acceptance letter is for. So I had to ask for them to defer that acceptance letter to the spring, and then I had them defer it again to the next fall. So that's what I did. I applied early. That way my university knew I was gonna come in town. Like, why was I so proactive? Because I was nervous the ducks wouldn't fall in a row. That's why I did it. That's why I did it. I didn't think things were gonna actually go the way that it was supposed to be going for me. So I did all that I could to make sure I was gonna be where I was supposed to be, and there was gonna be no denying it once I got there. All right, so once I got to my university, you would think I would have had a degree plan already fitting, right? You're supposed to have that degree plan. Once you get your STA-21 acceptance letter, you're gonna have a whole bunch of a checklist. It's gonna be a checklist pretty much telling you what to do. I wouldn't say that it'll be a lot. It's just tedious. You gotta make sure you get it done. So one of those things on that checklist was you gotta make sure that you get that degree plan saying that you can complete your degree in 36 months. So in doing that, you gotta get whatever school that you're trying to go to get them all your transfer credits and make sure your transfer credits get in the system at that school so that they can go ahead and provide you a degree plan. So it didn't work out for me like that at all. So what happened was I had to contact the dean of engineering at the university and ask him to go ahead and make me a degree plan in 36 months. That way it could cover the whole 36 months, saying that, hey, if you complete these classes, you'll be good to go for graduation. So that's what happened in my case, only because my university, like no other program other than engineering, had any idea on how to get me out of there in 36 months. Now that was extremely frustrating. You can see when you're dealing with a timeline and things aren't going in your favor, a lot of nervousness, a whole bunch of anxiety will kick up, and then you're trying to prepare for your university. Like when school starts, you got to prepare for that too, and then you got to prepare for a move. So there's a lot of stuff going on, especially if you're moving across country or overseas to get to your university. And you're gonna make sure you request a 36 months education plan. You're not gonna accept a 4-year education plan because you don't have 4 years. You only have 36 months. So make sure you request it and you get it, and then you double check it to make sure your degree plan is correct, because after all, it's your responsibility. Now, once you get that degree plan in hand, keep whatever emails that you had that's saying that this is what's gonna be it. Keep the document, keep it in a safe place. And if I was you, I would also make sure it's signed and dated. If you couldn't get that in the exact email, you know what I'm saying, like they emailed you or faxed you, or they just mailed you, like US mailed you your degree plan, whatever the case may be, make sure you go back to the person who mailed it to you and ask them to sign it and date it. And then that way, because when you get to your university, you got to turn that in to the ROTC unit saying that my college or my school of, what I'm talking about, like College of Engineering or School of Veterinary veterinarian, whatever the case may be. They're saying that you can graduate on time. So you got to turn that into the ROTC, because they gotta show proof to the military that you're on track to graduate. So yeah, you got to communicate effectively, and you got to communicate often, because a lot of people forget stuff, and you can't really blame people. Like, it's your life, but at the same time, they got to live their life. So communication is a must. But once you get everything situated, then all you got to do is study and pass classes. But hopefully this answered some questions. Oh yeah, so not all your transfer credits will transfer. So if you already had a degree and you completed your associate's degree and you got accepted into this program, don't think all your credits are going to transfer unless you already double check that, like you did your homework. Let's just say you wanted to go to, I don't know, U of A, right? You want to go to University of Arizona. So University of Arizona saying that they only going to accept 15 of your associate's degree credits. So that's all they're going to give you for that program. But if you want to go to SoCal and then they say, okay, we're going to accept all of it, or you want to go to University of Washington and they say they're going to accept all of them. So then you got to really think about stuff like that, because it's going to make sure you're going to graduate early or you're going to graduate on time. Because I know some people, they also want to stay in the program so they could graduate on time. So some people, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to go back to the fleet. They want to go back to the real Navy. That's what we call it, the fleet. They don't want to go back to the fleet, so they'll stay at school longer. That way they could just kind of buy out more time. So it's all about what you want and what you're trying to do. Every situation is different. Every school is different. But all in all, man, things work out. It's working out for me, and I just take it a step at a time. Don't worry. Be happy. Hey, man, I appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.